Hi, everybody. Okay, the lighting is good. I wasn't sure if it was going to be good or not. Um, all right. Um, okay. I've been thinking about a lot of stuff lately, and I didn't know where to put it because I wanted to do a blog post, but then I was like, maybe I should drop it here. So, yeah. And I don't usually do these too often, so it's going to be a lot of topic, well, not a lot of topics, but just topics and no real, like one, two, three, whatever, like I usually do. Because I like to just be random sometimes because I'm so structured and everything else. So, um, all right, let's see. Well, I guess I could start with some stuff you don't know about me. Um, I like a lot of sports. I like baseball, football, hockey. Um, I like to read. Um, I like a lot of different movies. As I get older, I see that I notice different things in movies than I used to. Like, okay, I'll talk about a movie that I love, and I'll talk about how I watch it now versus how I used to watch it. Okay, so Home Alone and Home Alone 2. I use those two examples because I watch them every year, and I used to watch them like when they came out, and every year pretty much since. Okay, so they came out when I was, how old was I? 8, and maybe 10. Okay, so I'm a kid. Okay, so I'm not looking for symbolism, deeper meaning, you know, where does this fit in the whole context of everything? I'm just enjoying it as a kid. And I guess they still do this to an extent. But when I was a kid, there were a lot of movies with kids in them. Now, I think there is a market for that, but it's not as big as it used to be. And you really have to go searching, and it's more like Disney. Well, of course, Pixar, which is under Disney also. But what I'm saying is you have to search for these things, whereas they used to be all over the place. Okay. So, of course, when I watched Home Alone for the first time, I loved it because it was funny and it was kind of like a slapstick comedy, but with a kid as the main person, which you didn't see that much. It was always the adults telling the kids what to do, and the kids were just supposed to fall in line, kind of thing. And this is the one where the kid didn't do what he was supposed to do, which the punishment was, of course, he gets left home alone. But then that's the whole premise of the movie. So if he's not left home alone, what's the point? Um, so yeah. Um, and then Home Alone 2, it's just basically the same format, only this time he gets left and he not left to take separate vacations from his family, which his vacation turned out better than his family, which is kind of funny, ironic because it happened the same way in the first movie because he got to be left home and his family was stuck in France with in an apartment, but like left in that one space, and his poor mother, the great Catherine O'Hara, the late great Catherine O'Hara, was left in the airport for 3 days or something because she was on standby. So that means you can never leave the airport because just in case they call your number or your name or whatever, you have to be there, obviously. Um, and here's just a side note. I've been meaning to do a video about Catherine O'Hara because, yes, I realized she passed away, but I didn't want to do a short bio. I wanted to give her all the credit she deserves, and I just haven't had time to see her whole IMDb yet. I will get to a video about her, I swear. Okay. So like I said, once again, I just watched it for the funny. Okay, now I'm in my 40s now, so quite a bit of time has passed, and I am starting to notice things that you only notice when you're an adult. Like, I start to question, okay, why didn't the parents remember that they put him up in the third floor or whatever, away from everybody? Then he wouldn't have been home alone. I start to question why did they treat him so badly so that he wanted his family to disappear? I start to question things. And then also, how did he know how to do like booby traps? And okay, some of the stuff I can believe. A kid can do certain small crafts and whatever. But some of the stuff he was able to do, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't totally buy it as an adult. Whereas when you're a kid, you don't look into the specifics entirely. Well, I don't think. Home Alone 2. Okay. Like I said, based in New York, so at least you see different scenery. And I've never actually been to New York, but I hear that Times Square and all that is like great during Christmas time and very decorated, all this stuff. So it must be awesome. Yeah. So yeah, I look at it from that standpoint now, and I don't know. I think I would kind of be like Kevin and want to see all the best sights in there. So that would be cool. And I do think it's cool he got his own pizza in both films because one of the small details, well, I mean, you should notice it, but he loves just plain cheese pizza. And in the first film, his brother ate all the plain cheese pizza on purpose so then he wouldn't have anything to eat. And then the second one, he was alone, just by himself anyway. So he gets the plain cheese pizza in the limo, you know. So it was cool. Turns out I saw whatchamacallit. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta think of the name. I saw Last Meals hosted by Josh Scherer, and he Macaulay Culkin was a guest on there, and he still loves pizza. By the way, that was part of his last meal. Just an FYI. Okay. So then, okay. If y'all don't know, the storyline of Home Alone 2 is he's in New York and the burglars, the wet bandits, are there to steal from a toy store at midnight or whatever. And he happens to be the one that thwarts them, right? So it's kind of cool. Oh, and then his reward at the end of the movie, of course, is that everybody in his family gets a lot of presents. A lot of presents. Oh, and then also he befriends what they call them. I'm not sure if they called her this, but the bird lady, she had birds all over her, but she turned out to be really cool. And they exchanged turtle dove pins with each other. And they said that if each one of them had the turtle dove for their whole life, they would be friends for their whole life. So really cool. Okay. I think I've done it justice now. All right. Bye, everybody.